This is Hidden Killers Week in Review.
A look back at the most prolific stories of the week.
Welcome to the podcast. If you'd like to listen to an ad-free version of this episode and all of our episodes, then search True Crime Today Premium Plus on Apple Podcasts and press subscribe. That's our premium channel where all of our ad-free and advanced episodes live, all in one place. True Crime Today Premium Plus. Search it on Apple Podcasts and press subscribe. Even try it for 3 days free.
The evidence is gone, but the nightmare continues. Welcome to Hidden Killers with Tony Brueski, featuring former prosecutor and defense attorney Eric Faddis.
Let's talk about another accusation that came out this week. This, I think we could probably classify as our first big-name celebrity that has a lawsuit against them now, civilly. Kanye West is who we're talking about. The allegation that he brought his former assistant to a Diddy party and at that Diddy party sexually assaulted her. That's the allegation. Doesn't seem that unplausible, considering it seems there allegedly have been a lot of celebrities that use the land of Diddy as a way to live out their sick fantasies of basically rape. What's your take on this accusation? It's obviously another big name. As of right now, Kanye has not responded to these accusations. What's your take?
You know, I've in researching the complaint in that case, one thing it does cite to is actual screenshots of text messages between the assistant and Kanye. Now, I don't know that there's any text regarding this specific accusation, but just clearly like a toxic, over-sexualized workplace environment. On the other hand, some people are saying, hey, she filed this lawsuit in June and didn't include anything about the sex assault. Now she's sort of amended it in October and does include that. So some folks are saying, why didn't she include it back then? I'm sure there are multiple potential explanations.
Let's talk about some of those. What would be a potential explanation? If you're already bringing a suit, why not bring that into the suit? Right? Why not go guns blazing with everything? And why would you later add that in?
It's a fair point. Some might think, hey, you would want to come with your best ammunition to give you the most leverage in the lawsuit. Mm-hmm. However, it's no secret that folks who come out as victims of sexual assault aren't always treated that well. And There's a backlash. And perhaps it's not always worth it. Perhaps she thought the claim for the employment discrimination was strong enough that she didn't have to out herself. But now with more revelations coming out, she felt more comfortable to do so.
That's a fair argument. I mean, we were at a different time a couple months ago. All this was not out there quite yet. And if you're just going for employment, discrimination, yeah, you could probably argue that pretty well without having to expose, because you have to put yourself out there on the line, and it's not worth it to a lot of people. They've already been victimized. They've already gone through hell. Why go through it again? I mean, of course, you can argue that so the person is stopped and they can't violate other people. But again, it's a personal decision of, do you want to put yourself through that again? Maybe she just saw it as a reason to do so. We're seeing a lot of accusations of not only people, but we're also seeing accusations of businesses now being named. We saw Macy's being named in one of these, accusing that Diddy was there promoting some of his Sean John products, went back in the storeroom with a competitor and apparently allegedly violated him, having him do a sexual act on him while taunting about the brand name itself. Yeah, I mean, do you think we're going to see a lot of companies being thrown into this as well? I mean, I understand the record labels, basically shielding him, but now we're getting Macy's involved. God knows what else. Are there places these things could have occurred at?
I think it would not be surprising to see additional corporations being implicated. I mean, look, these corporations, especially like the highest level global corporations, they're doing their due diligence about sponsorships, about whom they're partnering with, about those people's backgrounds, about what they've allegedly been involved in. So I got to imagine that some of these high level corporations had knowledge, or at least reports of what was allegedly going on, and still move forward with the partnership, maybe even engaged in a cover up, as it's alleged that Macy's did.
Strap in and get ready to go back in time. Gen X Time Machine is here to transport you back to the glorious days of neon, big hair, and cassette tapes that always needed rewinding.
To figure out where Tupperware went wrong, we kind of got to start at the beginning.
Remember when MTV actually played music videos? Or when lunch wasn't complete without Dunkaroos?
Yeah, a little bit like trying to recapture the magic of a bygone era.
Yeah.
We're diving into all that and more. So if you want to relive the 80s and 90s in all their retro glory, hit up Gen X Time Machine wherever you get your podcasts.
VHS is looking like the obvious winner, right?
Oh, and don't forget the rise of the video rental store, remember?
Subscribe, because who doesn't need another excuse to avoid adulting? You're welcome. The Gen X Time Machine.